Looking at Israel from above, we're going to start our tour of the Golan Heights from the Sea of Galilee and one of the nice viewing spots there. As we pan from the west towards the south, you can see the city of Tiberias down there on the coast, and then the southern extension of the Sea of Galilee. And as we look more towards the east, the row of hills we see in the distance is the beginning of the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights is about 50 miles long and up to 15 miles wide. It's actually a fairly small area. It is the only portion of Israel that is actually east of the River Jordan. Now, speaking of water, you can see that low-lying area there where the Sea of Galilee would flow out into the Jordan River and head down towards the Dead Sea. The lake is not deep. It's only about 140 feet at its maximum depth. The lake itself here is almost 700 feet below sea level, and even from our viewing point, even if we're a couple of hundred feet above the lake, we're still 500 feet below sea level ourselves. As we look to the north edge of the lake, we can see where the Jordan River would be flowing into the lake. Let's take a look at that in detail. In fact, let us go to this place here and take a look and see what does the Jordan River look like as it flows in. Notice the river is not very big. The water is clean though, and it flows swiftly, and there are parks up and down the river. Okay, it's time to set our sights towards the Golan Heights. We're going to ascend those heights, and let's take some pictures along the way. Where we're headed is over to a village called Natur. So let's head on up, and we'll see some shots on the way. First, from lake level, we're going to be heading up that valley right across the way there. And our first set of shots is going to be right about here. There we go, looking up that ravine. And with this shot, you can see somebody is raising bees. So now let's go here as we start to make our turn and take one final look up this ravine. And now we'll look across the ravine from this point here. And you can see the perspective really changes now as we get up higher. Notice the grass. Here's some agricultural area that we drove by on the way up. Higher still, we're continuing to climb, and now we see the Sea of Galilee once again. Let's go back to where we were, and I would say that we're viewing from right about here at this point. So now back to the map. We're going to head on over to Natur, take a look on the way, because the landscape is going to change now. Now we are up onto the Golan Heights, and you can see once you get up there, they are fairly flat. It's a beautiful area, very rich, lush. The cattle seem to be enjoying themselves. There's water, as you can see there, as we make our way over to the village of Natur. Okay, so there's our welcome sign. And now that we're here, let's stop and get our perspective. There we are. And we're about to make our way in the next segment to visit a synagogue. Let's get our bearings. This is my friend Yair, who's going to tell us a little bit about this area.
Plant mustard seed.
Tastes like a mustard seed.
So, can everyone see the Sea of Galilee?
Yeah.
Tiberias?
Yes.
And what's that mountain I'm pointing at with the dome-shaped mountain? Follow my arm. Follow my arm. Yeah. See in the distance Mount Tabor? See that mountain with the dome shape?
Yeah.
Ginny, can you see that?
Yes.
It's one of the candidates for the Transfiguration. Remember yesterday we used the term candidate when we said one of the candidates for the Beatitudes. Why do we use candidate? Because the Old Testament, very legalistic, very GPS. You read the book of Joshua, the tribes, remember? You can go from dot to dot. Every tribe's had his geographical. So now, this is a synagogue. This is a synagogue.
So we're going to be visiting that synagogue in our very next segment. Let's enjoy the views as we make our way on down. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this first look at the Golan Heights. We've got a lot more to go. So until next time, Shalom.